Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. On today's video, I'll be sharing with you how you can make Pishori rice at home, and this is a vegetable rice recipe. It is quite easy, and for my Pishori, I start off by sorting it and getting rid of any dirt that I do not need, and I always get my rice from MWEA, and I find it to be very delicious. So watch this video to find out how I do make mine. And after selecting, you can see the rice was ready. Just wash it and ready for the next step. And what I do so that my rice doesn't become soggy, I do not add like 1 cup of rice. I add 1.5 cups of water. I do not add 2 cups of water. Like for this case, I was using 1.5 cups of rice. I used 2 cups of water instead of using 3 cups of water. Otherwise, if you add a lot of water, the rice is going to be so soggy and you're not going to like it. And this is the rice after boiling. You're going to see it much later on. Set it aside. Now, here I'm just going to fry onions, like you can see. And I find that the more the onions, the better, like when you're making vegetable rice. And after that, I just went ahead and added crushed garlic. You can also add ginger if you like. I do not like ginger taste in my rice, so mostly I use garlic. Give that a very good mix, and the idea is to just let the garlic cook, and after that we are going to move on to the next step. And whenever I'm making vegetable rice, I like to use leftover rice from the previous day, but for this case I just boiled it because I did not have any leftover rice. As for the spices, be sure to use whatever you like. I used 2 beef cubes, and I also used turmeric for color. I did not like to go overboard with the spices, and I would have added paprika if I had it, but I did not. So just stir and add whatever you like. You can also add tomato paste if you've got it at hand. So just stir that, ensuring that the spices cook fully, and start adding the veggies. As for the veggies, I added carrots, like you can see, and the point is to add the carrots first because they cook relatively slow. They are quite tough, so I start by adding the carrots so that they can cook. So, and you're going to let this cook for a minute or two if you're using high flame, and it should be soft enough. And I just covered mine and left it to cook fast. And at this time I was satisfied with how the carrot was. And also be sure to taste for seasoning, just to ensure that it is right at this point. And also do not overly salt the rice, because remember the beef cubes tend to be so salty. I also added courgettes, some call them zucchinis, and I had just cut one of it, and then I added it in there and then gave it a good stir, because they also need some time to cook as opposed to the other veggies that I will be adding to the rice. So you're going to cover this and let it cook on low flame. And guys, like you can see, the colors, they are coming together so nicely. And the reason why I like vegetable rice is because of the colors, guys. The veggies, they are so vibrant, and whenever they come together, I just like that. So next I added peas, and as for the peas, I had boiled them beforehand, and I added the peas. They were frozen, but I thawed them like minutes before this recipe. And if you've got French beans, be sure to add them. They are also great for this recipe, but I did not have them at hand. And remember, these are home cooked meals, so you can always like invent. You can always use whatever you have, do not stress, and make it as appealing as you'd like. And this is how the veggies were looking at this point, and we are not done yet. So these are usually my favorite bell peppers, the yellow and the red, and I also added the green one, like you can see, and I added them last because I do not like to overcook the bell peppers. If you overcook, especially the green one, they become bitter, so I just like to simmer them for like a few minutes, and then they should be ready. I do not like to overcook them, and also I do not like to also have them undercooked. Like I don't like them to be so crunchy. So just cover that, and then you're going to let it simmer on low flame. So the point here is to stir, to check the seasoning, ensuring that it's appropriate, and just keep checking them if the veggies are to your liking. And guys, if you have watched this video till this point, I really appreciate that. And also do not forget to give this video a like, guys. Support my channel, comment below, and let me know what you think. Now, this is the rice that we had boiled earlier on, and I had put it like aside, and it was already very cold. And you need to use such a this spoon. Do not use like a mwiko, it is going to be to mash the rice. Be careful not to break the rice. Remember, this is not long grain rice, it is short grain, so if you like use a mwiko, it is going to be so tough on the grains and it can even mash them. So the point here is to mix. If you can add a tiny bit of water, just like a few drops, it will be okay, just to ensure that the rice comes together with the spices. And at this point it was on low flame. Guys, at this point the house was smelling amazing, delicious. Like you can see, the rice was looking so delicious, guys. I wish some of you are here to taste it. It was absolutely delicious and I loved it. So this is how it was looking. Like you can see, it is not sticky at all, yani imetokea moja moja, haijashikana at all. And I love my Pishori rice whenever I'm making vegetable rice. So this is it for this video. Bye bye.